Hello and welcome to another episode of Two Chicks, One Show, where we recap and review one currently airing show, an episode a week. My name is Trisha and she's Kate Calabro. We are the Two Chicks, and this week's One Show is the third to last episode of the first season of Outlander. Things are about to start going down, but they are not going down yet.
No, not really. So after Claire learns that Jamie has been taken prisoner at the ambush, she decides to hit the road and attempt to search the Highlands for Jamie. So she gets some assistance from Jenny, and then Bearded Bestie comes in and kind of saves the day. And then throughout their travels, they finally find out where Jamie is. And at the end, the band is back together, and they're going off to save Jamie in a heroic effort that hopefully will happen.
This episode, I forgot that this chunk of stuff happened in the book. There's a lot that apparently I just glazed over toward the end. I think I was getting tired reading the whole book, but I forgot this until it started happening in the show. I was like, oh, right, that thing that happens.
Yeah.
But this is, they deviate a bit from the book in this episode with how much Jenny plays in. And also in just little bits and pieces of like the details, which they've been doing throughout the series. But we get to see Jenny be kind of a badass,
Totally.
and we get to hear Bearded Bestie, aka Murta, talk more than he has in the entire series within like one scene.
Pretty much, yeah. It was a great episode for Kate.
It was.
My
It was
two
a great
favorite characters were just completely amazing. But
there you go. So starting at the beginning, we pick up pretty much immediately after we left off in the last episode, with Claire and Jenny have just learned from Ian and one of the dudes that Jamie has been taken by the Redcoats, and so Claire's like, I'm gonna go save him, and they're all like, that's stupid, but okay.
Sure, why not? Because Ian's so cute, and I feel bad for Ian. He's sitting on the couch, still has dry blood on him, wrapped up, and is like, "Well, I'll come with you. Let me just get my bearings, and we'll."
And my other leg.
Yeah, and Jenny is walking around, just keeps coming in and out of the room with the baby, but I don't know where she goes, and it's just an in and out thing with this crying child. And then finally,
she's giving instructions to people because she knows full well what she's about to do.
Yeah, so she's like, Ian, shut the hell up, pretty much. You ain't going anywhere. Okay, bye. So Jenny and Claire get in two horses, and Jenny comes out of Lollybrook in her corset after just having a baby 2 days ago, and is rocking two pistols, one in the front and one in the back. Gets on her horse and she goes, okay, Claire, it's time to go. Why are you fucking daydreaming? Let's do this, bitch. And they just ride off. It was amazing. It was so brilliant. And Jenny is the first 20 minutes is just Jenny being a fucking badass. That's just it.
It really is. And being really good at tracking and shit.
At everything. Jenny's just really good at everything.
I love that Jenny is maybe 2 days postpartum and she's riding a horse and strapping into a corset and all this shit. And I'm just if I were her, I would be in bed dying.
Especially the way she gave birth. It wasn't a fast and she didn't have an epidural or anything. She literally was in labor for 16 hours, squatted out a child, and just took a nap and now is going off to save her brother.
Yep.
It's nuts.
It was ridiculous, but it was awesome, but it was
ridiculous. So Ian wasn't completely helpless. He draws them a map.
He does draw them a map.
To where they were
He's got one good arm.
Yes. Poor guy. So he draws them a map. They find out where they get to the location where they were ambushed. Jenny then serves last will and testament to the fallen soldiers because she's also, helps them out that way. And they continue to track by Jenny. They track the Redcoats through Jenny's just looking up at the sky and feeling some poop on the ground. And they find them. They find the watch dude. I don't remember his name. I think we just called him the watch dude.
Yeah, we just called all of them the watch dude or Irish dick or something.
Yeah. So the watch dude is still with the Redcoats, and they're scoping it out. and they see a dude, one of the redcoats, get a letter to be delivered. So then Jenny comes up with this great idea where she just falls in front of the guy's horse.
She swoons.
Yeah. And then they like hold the redcoat prisoner, and Jenny starts burning his feet because he won't answer questions. They keep asking him about Jamie, and he's like, I don't know anything. So then she starts burning his feet with a poker. And Claire, being Claire, was like, you don't have to do this. Just tell us where, as she's like holding a pistol. You don't have to do this. Just tell us where he is. And he's like, I don't know. Like, you guys aren't getting, I'm just the dude that delivers letters.
I'm just a messenger.
But like, that's pretty, yeah, like, I know it's like really corny, but they're killing the messenger. Like, he doesn't know.
They literally killed the messenger.
He knows.
God damn it.
So Claire goes through all of his bags and finds a letter, and they find out that Jamie actually, of course, why anyone should be surprised, the big loaf escapes and is now on the run, and like every redcoat in the Highlands is like looking for him. So at least they now know Jamie's alive. So that's good. So now
he's alive and he has escaped.
Yeah. So now comes the choice of what they're gonna do with the messenger, and Jenny's like, well, duh, we gotta kill him. And Claire, of course, is like, do we really have to? And then as they're debating it, you turn around and there he is.
You hear like
yeah, you hear like the guy like
gurgling,
like freaking out. And you turn around and there's bearded Bessie just slit in the bastard's throat. Just like shit. It's like, you guys should probably learn to track better.
Probably. Well, he's like, why did you leave so many tracks? I could follow you all the way here, and blah, 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 blah.
Typical bearded Bessie stuff. You know.
Typical bearded Bessie. He should never take the hat off.
Yeah. He looks like 10 years younger in the hat, too.
With the hat, yes! Yeah. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh no, you really are older.
Yeah, and he's got really bad, like, windburn. But, so bearded Bessie was sent by good old Ian. So pretty much as soon as bearded Bessie shows up, Jenny like pieces out. She's like, well, since he's here, I can go back now. You know, I do have a child.
Right. Well, so. it's I think it was basically like, well, Claire's not going to be in completely inept hands now.
Yeah, exactly. So Jenny leaves, and they have like this really cute moment where like you don't know. Jenny doesn't know if she'll ever see Claire again. Claire doesn't know if she'll ever see Jenny again, because who the hell knows what's going to happen? We're dealing with redcoats, which means we're probably dealing with blackjack. So Claire does this first thing where is this the first time in a while that we've had Claire voiceover?
I think it must be, yeah, because I don't remember very much of it in the last episode.
Because I don't remember a lot of Claire, and then like this is the first time I'm like watching the episode where I'm like, oh my god, yeah, we used to do this all the time.
I remember this.
Yeah. So Claire does her, you know, inner Claire thoughts about how she's going to be a prophet now for Jenny. And she pretty much, before Jenny leaves, tells Jenny that she should grow some potatoes and sell any land that won't be profitable because a famine is coming. And Jenny just goes, well, Jamie said you might say some weird stuff to me, but he also told me that I should believe you. And that was it.
Yeah.
So Jenny's going to go off and become a potato farmer.
I always liked this scene in the book, and by always, I mean, you know, in like the last 2 months. I super liked this scene. I like the scene because it says something about like Claire's relationship with Jenny and Jenny's relationship with Jamie, and the fact that Jamie really does believe Claire and everything that she says, and that that Jenny also is willing to trust the whole situation. I find it fascinating that Claire remembers all of this stuff.
I know.
Like, the famine's going to be in 2 years, plant potatoes, that's going to be a crop, and I'm just kind of like, wow, you really paid attention.
But I guess because of Frank, I guess that's like all they talked about was like history.
And her uncle.
Yeah, and her uncle was, yeah. But yeah, I think the 2 years thing was a little much. Like, I don't know if I remember exact dates. So, bravo, Claire, for that.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't remember.
But we'll see. So yeah, so Claire says a pretty like sad goodbye to Jenny, and Jenny says that she has all, like, she makes like the speech where I trust that you'll bring home my brother and blah blah blah, and it's like really cute. And then Jenny is gone, and then the episode's kind of like, uh. I mean, it's okay. It wasn't the most exciting episode. The most exciting part was Jenny being a complete badass.
Yeah, and the dual pistols.
The dual
which
pistols.
Someone's gotta cosplay that.
Yeah, the pistols and her burning some dude's foot.
Yeah. No, it wasn't another super exciting episode, but it was very much a setup for this raiding of the prison, Whitworth Prison.
Yeah.
That we're eventually gonna get. I did like what we got though, because a lot like the last couple episodes, this has been really character building.
Mm-hmm.
And this one builds up more of the world.
Yeah.
So we got to see more of the Highlands and more of Murtaugh's character.
I know. Bearded Bestie is back. I still don't know why Bearded Bestie wasn't with Jamie the whole entire time, but I guess I'll just have to let that go. So Bearded Bestie's idea to find Jamie is that they're going to hit the local villages in the Highlands and basically create a persona of each one of them that Jamie would be able to recognize so he could find them. They're not going to find Jamie. Jamie's going to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess makes sense. So Murtaugh shows off his great sword dance, like dancing between swords moves.
Yeah, it's the sword dance. It's like a traditional dance, I guess, for Scotland.
Yeah.
It's weird. The whole thing is weird.
He takes it very seriously. He does. He's, good for him. But, and then Claire first off starts off as being a healer and a fortune teller, but then she turns into a surprise stage act as the singing Sassenach.
Yep, and that is a departure
from the book.
That's a departure from the book, but it's a good one. It was a fun one. It made the entire thing a little more fun, a little more, jovial, and it included that song, and it let Katrina sing and do some fun stuff. In the book, it's just the fortune telling. And she recalls back to when she was getting that lesson in palm reading from the woman in Inverness. And so she talks about being able to read people and the stuff with the palm reading, and that's how Jamie eventually hears about them. But I liked what they did with it. Again, this has been the theme for the whole show so far, is that when they divert from the book, it only adds to the show, and it doesn't in any way take away from your experience reading the book.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it because I didn't read the book. So
okay, I would say you should, but that's really up to you.
Yeah. So they become quite a traveling duo where Bearded Bestie becomes Claire's opening act. And then Claire comes out and she sings this song, and they're collecting a lot of money, and a lot of the audience is loving them so much that the gypsies are getting pissed. One thing you don't want to do is piss off a gypsy. So the gypsies steal the act, which is a problem for Bearded Bestie and Claire, because the only reason they're doing the act is so Jamie can find them. So now if there's two singing Sassenachs, which one does Jamie go to?
Oh no! Okay, now I want to point out, because this is a tiny debate between me and Kate right now. We cannot figure out if this gypsy dude is Irish or Scottish. I think he's Scottish. She thinks he's Irish.
I thought he was Scottish the first time. Now this might just be sorry to the gypsy dude if you're not able to completely deliver a Scottish accent. And you really are Irish, your real life nationality is Irish, and then you're doing a Scottish accent, and then it changed back into an Irish accent. But the first time I heard him, I was like, oh, Scottish. And then when he does that sit down with Claire, I'm like, oh my God, these fuckers really hate the Irish. Not only do they hate the English, but they hate the Irish, because now first we got a drunk Irishman that wanted to steal Jamie's money, and now we got some gypsy that's stealing Claire's stuff. I go, this is not cool. But then I don't know if he was supposed to be Irish or Scottish. I thought he sounded very Northern Irish to me, but maybe not. And Trisha thinks he sounds Scottish. So
I think he sounds Scottish. I can see where you may have gotten that.
Yeah.
A little, but that's mine is that he's Scottish. But you know who was Irish, not in this episode, but recently, was Tony Stark's new AI in the new Avengers movie. There you go. That was an Irish person. Friday. Anyway, back to Outlander. Yeah, so he steals their act, and now there are 2 Sassenach performers.
Yeah.
Even though Claire tries to buy him off, Murtaugh's like, yeah, he's gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, like, Claire, I mean, I love Claire, but really sometimes, he's a fucking gypsy. Of course, like he gives this whole speech like, oh, nothing's more important to a gypsy than love. No, it's money. I think anyone that's ever heard of a gypsy would know that. So, duh, Claire. So Claire tries to buy him off, but clearly it doesn't work, and they're still doing the gypsy song. But then the Scottish or Irish gypsy man comes, who was actually quite good looking. He had like a very nice hairdo. He was like, I didn't mind him. I'm sure we'll never see him again. Comes to Claire and tells her that, yeah, so I've been still playing your song, even though you told me not to. I don't really care. I'm a gypsy, so yeah, we're still doing it. But someone came to us with a message, I guess for you, because they asked for our Sassenach singer, and she don't know anyone. So they go to like this secret beach castle concave, and they think they're going to meet Jamie, but da-da-da-da, it's Doogie.
Yes.
And Doogie's got some stuff to say.
Yes, he does. So yeah, it's Dougal, and he shows up and he says a lot of things.
It was very interesting.
He basically tells Claire, I found Jamie.
Yeah.
He's been arrested by the British because he thought he was going to see you, and then he got, again, set upon by some British people.
And another thing for Claire to feel guilty about. That's great.
Yep, another thing for Claire to feel guilty about. And he's in Wentworth prison, and he's been sentenced to die. It's probably happened already. You should just totally marry me.
He goes, yeah, so he's been... So Bearded Bestie's still here for all this stuff. And he goes, yeah, so he's either like dying like right now or tomorrow or the day after. I don't really know. And he goes, but I need to talk to Claire. So, you can beat it, Murtaugh. And he's like, but Claire says, okay. So then Claire, of course, starts commenting on Dougal's situation. It looks like Dougal's becoming a smuggler and all this stuff. And Dougal's like, this isn't the time to talk about like what I'm doing. But like the only thing that actually made sense that Dougal's. And basically he's like, listen, so here's what's going down. Jamie's gonna die. So since Jamie's gonna die,
probably dead already.
Yeah, he's probably already dead. And he goes, those farmers back at Lollybrook ain't gonna know what to do. So you should marry me, and I'll take over Lollybrook, and you'll be, Claire Mackenzie. No big deal. So Claire's like, so let me get this straight. Your nephew might be dead, might not be dead, and you're already like asking me to marry you. And he goes like, pretty much, yeah, because I want that Fraser land, and I need it. And Claire is of course outraged, but I'm not super surprised by it.
Yeah,
Dougal has been kind of setting this up the whole time. He wants to be laird. He wants as much land. And if he keeps getting more land, then he keeps getting more support for his Jacobite cause. So whatever.
And he makes questionable decisions in his personal life.
Yeah. I mean, duh. So Claire goes, all right, this is what's going to happen. I am going to go and actually try to find out if Jamie's dead. I'm going to try to rescue him. I know you got some men here, so I'm going to ask them to come with me. Now, if Jamie's dead and I return, then I'll marry you. But if he's alive, we'll deal with that when the time comes.
This is also when we get actual confirmation that Galus is dead.
Yeah. Well, I thought so, but not really. Because when Claire does you're gonna propose to your Galus' best friend kind of thing. Like, oh my god, how dare you?
That's like breaking the girl code. It's like the rules of feminism.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was like. That was all I was thinking about when she was saying that. So Dougal and I go, well, I thought Dougal was gonna be like, well, what does it matter? Galus is dead. So then we would get like an actual confirmation, but he just goes, we're not going to talk about Galus right now. So what does that mean? Is she dead?
Well, Claire does say Galus and your child, both of them burned at the stake.
Did she
And
say
he
that?
says, yeah, she says both of them burned at the stake, and he says, we're not going to talk about Galus right now.
I missed
I
that.
mean, it's always possible, I guess, that, like, he could have, but I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hear that Claire part. I was just too focused on her hair. Like, you're gonna hit on me? Okay, so yeah, but we haven't had, like, until someone says Galus is dead, I'm still holding out hope.
Still holding out hope. Okay.
So Dougal goes, okay, that sounds like a great deal. I'm not going to make my men go, though. If they want to go, they can go, and I won't stop them. But I'm not going to be like, hey, you guys, go save Jamie. So
yes.
She goes down to the riverfront. She makes a whole big, Jamie's got the same blood of Mackenzie running through his veins as yours, and he would save you if you were in jail, and all this. And it was a nice speech. But of course, they could care less. Until
yes, exactly.
Little old Willie steps up.
I love Willie.
And Willie has some explaining to do. He was a narc. Claire got captured on his watch. So the least Willie could do is go off and save Jamie. Though he probably will die. So Willie goes, I'll help you. And then all of a sudden, Rupert goes, well, I can't let Willie. No.
Willie says, I'll help you, and then Claire twists the knife and is like, you have more courage than all of these men combined.
And then that really bothered Rupert.
And then he's like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah, he goes, well, I can't let Willie go by himself. And then Angus goes,
he suddenly becomes Southern?
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess, like, because Willie doesn't seem like the least Scottish name out of all of these, so I just, like, automatically, like, just think Willie's, like, from the South.
Okay.
So, God. Yeah, so then Rupert and Angus, not to be outshined by Willie, are like, oh, fine, we'll go. So then they all get on the horse, and, like, it's like the band's back together. They're all like, woo!
And they head off to
I don't even know what the prison's called.
No. Wentworth Prison.
Yeah. Sounds like something, a prison that's, like, featured on Lock Up. MSNBC show Lock Up.
Yeah, I totally watched that.
I do.
So, yeah, they have made it to the prison, and in the next episode, we will get the raid on the prison. All in all, it was a fun little character ep. It wasn't, like, we're coming down, and we've said this the last few weeks, we're still coming down off of, like, all of the craziness of the witch trials.
Yeah.
And they sort of, like, put the brakes on really hard.
Yeah, like, this episode, it wasn't that it was bad or anything. I think they really drawed it out. Like, that's what I think. I mean, for all that happened, they had to add, like, a lot of montage-y kind of stuff, like, of her performing, because there wasn't really enough to fill the hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have probably been done in 30 minutes. But... So they did, like, stretch out some of the... Oh, my God, we didn't even talk about Bearded Bessie's confession.
Oh, my God, we didn't. And we teased it a little bit in the last episode.
To all of our fans.
To all of our fans. No, but, yeah, one of the major things that I was waiting for in this episode, too, was that we get to learn a little more about the past between Bearded Bestie and Jamie's mom. In the previous episode,
and just Jamie in general, like, we knew they were close, but
but the actual relationship between Jamie and Murtaugh, in the previous episode, Jenny gives Claire these bracelets, and says that they were a wedding gift to her mother from an admirer, and their father always used to tease her about her admirer. In this episode, we find out that Murtaugh was in love with Jamie's mom.
So cute.
She was betrothed to Jamie's dad. And he wins the tusks, the boar tusks that he makes the bracelets out of, in, like, sort of a contest of whatever. He kills a boar with his bare hands or something.
Yeah, it's like a tournament at Mackenzie's during, like, a gathering.
And he... in which, like, a friend of his died or something, right?
I think so. I don't know. I get so confused.
I don't know. I was confused, too. but anyway, so he wins the thing and he makes the bracelets and he gives them to her as a wedding gift.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sort of the story. And does he ever mention in this episode that he is Jamie's godfather?
No, because he doesn't say that. He says, he goes, because Claire makes a typical Claire, like, statement, like, well, you have no one to love, or you've never loved
Right, you've
someone.
never known what it's like to lose someone you loved.
Like, Claire, how do you, first off, you don't really know much. No one really knows much about
Peter
Dustin.
He hasn't talked.
Yeah, so for you to make that kind of statement, no wonder you got a little pissed off. So he tells Claire of the story, you know, about the, so she doesn't say that it was him, that the woman that he made it for was Jamie's mother, but she puts it together because she has the bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, you know, you act like you're the only one that loves Jamie. Jamie's like a son to me, but he doesn't say he's his godfather or anything,
which I believe is what he actually is.
Yeah,
but I could of course be wrong.
This is what my whole thing is. Why I didn't think Jamie's mother was betrothed to Jamie's father, because I thought they got married, like they ran away from Colm to get married because Colm didn't approve of the marriage.
I can't remember the exact circumstances. It's something like that. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I don't.
Because from what I understood, didn't Colm give Lollybrook to
the Frasers? The Frasers, I think, give Lollybrook to them.
Oh, okay. I was a little confused because I was like, and isn't Myrta a Fraser? So, I don't know.
Yes, Myrta is a Fraser.
Whatever. But anyway, but my whole thing is maybe Jamie's mom was in love with Myrta the whole time, because why would she wear those bracelets every day?
Because she cares about Myrta, but it doesn't necessarily mean that she's in love with him.
Oh, gosh.
Because she did love his father. Like, his parents were in a loving relationship. It wasn't an arranged marriage.
Yeah. True. Whatever, but that was we find out a little bit more about Myrta and his relationship with Jamie and how much he does care for Jamie and clearly Jamie's mother.
And Kate falls more deeply in love with him.
I know. I love Myrta so much.
I really don't have a thing for anyone in the show.
Sorry, Angus.
Except Frank. I like Frank.
The one person we haven't seen at all. I love Frank. I love Blackjack.
I have a thing for sociopaths.
Yeah. You just really turned me on.
It's just amazing what they can do with a knife.
Yeah. And a whip. It's gross, sorry. Anywho, so next week, there's only 2 episodes left of season 1 of Outlander, and next week, Blackjack is back. We're supposed to use
the bitch is back.
Yeah, pretty much. We're supposed to use hashtag Blackjack is back.
Yes, but I should also point out, I read a sort of review preview of this next episode, and I know what's going to happen. Everybody who's read the book knows what's going to happen. But apparently you should be forewarned heading into this episode, because there is a scene near the end that is going to apparently make you cry. And possibly puke.
Cry and puke?
Yeah, possibly at the same time. Apparently it's another one of those cases of like Outlander being one of the biggest risk takers on TV, and like some of the horrible shit that they've done all for so long this season. Like none of that will compare to what's going to happen at the end of this episode.
Oh, I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, me too. Knowing exactly what's going to happen, I am terrified. Because they say, like, if you think this person said, if you think you're prepared for what's going to happen, you're not.
Oh. So, oh my.
Apparently we should all be very afraid.
I mean, like,
and maybe keep a bucket nearby.
I mean, I wish they wouldn't say, like, the crying part, okay. But, like, the puking part is what's throwing me off. That I might cry and puke.
At the same time. The puking part, I think, is me adding, but they basically said that. They were like, it is the most horrifying thing you will ever see on TV.
Like, am I going to cry because it's sad, or am I going to cry because it's, like, scary?
You're going to cry because it's awful.
Okay.
Not so much scary, not so much sad. Just, like,
Like
Oh my god.
like in Game of Thrones terms, are we like talking red wedding status or like Theon getting his penis chopped off?
A combination of the two?
So Joffrey dying.
No, Joffrey dying was fun.
Yeah, but it was still kind of gross. So it's not like it's not like something that's happening to a bad guy.
Yeah, it's not something that's happening to a bad guy. It's not something you want to happen. It's something you very much don't want to happen.
Oh dear Lord.
But it's also as grotesquely done as possible.
Oh, okay. Oh god. Okay. Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Because, like, to me, the red wedding is sad. It's not disgusting.
Okay.
Or horrifying. I guess it's
like,
horrifying.
Is it, like, horrifying, like, when Joffrey shot up the whore? Like, with the crossbow?
I can't even remember that scene.
I remember Littlefinger sends Rose to Joffrey's bedroom and then...
Yeah, but he just, like, makes the other one... We're talking about Game of Thrones now. We should stop.
Because I'm trying to make it, like, relevant to, like...
I know, I understand, but I can't think of something that it will be equivalent to.
So it's that awful that there's nothing to compare it to.
It's, from what I understand, this is someone else telling me. This is, like, second, third person down the line. That it's not gonna be fun to watch, basically.
Okay. Now I'm scared.
So it's
okay.
Yeah, so be prepared tomorrow. Not tomorrow, on Saturday. I'm tired.
A couple days to like ready myself.
Yeah, or to make yourself totally freaked out.
Yeah, I just won't eat it all on Saturday. Fast.
Oh goodness, yes, probably a good idea. But that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I think that's on that note. I think we're going to wrap up. Outlander airs on Stars every Saturday at 9 p.m. for the next 2 weeks anyway. This show airs every Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on youtube.com/allgeektometv. Make sure you subscribe to All Geek to Me TV for more shows like this one. And we also have Let's Talk and The Word from Westeros and The Movie Minute, usually. And sometimes. And check us out on allgeektome.net. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at allgeektomenet or me. I'm at Trisha Ennis. She is at Kate Calabro. Or hashtag 2chicks1show to conversate with us. Comments are always welcome. Leave us your thoughts, your predictions. Tell us whether or not the gypsy guy was Scottish.
Or Irish.
Or Irish.
We don't know.
And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.